Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the United Theory. 15 goals scored, 5 conceded since the restart. The first team in the history of the English Premier League to win 4 consecutive matches by a margin of 3 goals or more. Manchester United will be back at Old Trafford on Tuesday in great spirits. To discuss the match preview for the next league match, joining me today are Ankit and Musa. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Musa, thoughts about our great run of form and how we should line up against Southampton?
I mean, it has been crazy, exceptional performance from us post, the lockdown. Our attack has been phenomenal. The front three, Bruno, Pogba. Pogba is also coming into the scene. It has been great. We can't ask for more. And I hope we'll continue this run of form. And I think asking going to the lineup, I think we can maybe have the same lineup and probably yeah I mean depending on how the game goes, does deserve some rest, but I think Southampton has been playing good. They have beaten City. They have, I think, only lost to Arsenal in their last 5 games. So they are a good team, and our defense hasn't been tested so far. I believe post lockdown. So again, I think the strong lineup we should, we had for last couple of games, we should go with the same.
Ankit, like a team again, like Liverpool, we don't have the luxury to try out a lot of things right now because every game is a must-win situation for us. We can't depend on others to do our job for us. To get into the top four, we have to win each and every single game from now. So, is this added pressure on the team right now because they hardly are going to get any rest? This week itself, we will be having 3 matches. Do you think maybe we should at least rest 1 or 2 players against Southampton from the start? Or, they can play somewhere 60, 70 minutes and then take a rest if we are in a comfortable position?
First of all, I think, as Musa said, we have been explosive. We have been a dynamite from the restart of post COVID-19. And regarding the Southampton game coming up, I think, yes, we should definitely give a couple of our players some rest because considering that we have 3 games in a row and we have a very important fixture in the form of Chelsea, overplaying the whole team again and again can cause some rupture, because of which we are very inevitable to injuries. We have had a very bad past with this. So considering that, yes, we should definitely give a couple of players rest. I think Luke Shaw should be given some rest. William should be got on in that position. Nemanja Matic should be given some rest. I think Scott McTominay deserves a chance to play. And because Rashford has come back from an injury and he has played continuously now, I think instead of Rashford, we could actually give James a try over there, because Greenwood, he has a feat. He has been really good. He's been exceptional. So we can stick to that Greenwood, Martial, Bruno, give Rashford some rest. Pogba has been gradually given the game time, right? Coming from 30 minutes, then 45, then 60, and then 90. So I think Pogba can still continue to play the whole game, or at least 60, 70 minutes. So yeah, these 3 would be my choice of selections for the changes from the previous game to the Southampton game coming up. And also, I've been hearing that Lindelof is injured, or looks like he'll be injured. So probably Bailey instead of Lindelof as well. But apart from that, everyone should be there.
Musa, we had a shock at the end of the game against Aston Villa when we saw Pogba, you know, take a knock in during the final minutes of the game. But it's all good news right now. He should be back fit to face Southampton. How important do you think is squad depth right now? Because there are a lot of people saying, why should you disturb a winning combination? Why should you alter your team? The team is working perfectly. You don't need to add much people to the squad. Do you think our team needs 2 or 3 more right players to challenge for the title or take this game to the next level?
Definitely, definitely. So a team like us, Man United, playing at the top level and playing probably Champions League next year, and we play almost more than 50 games a season, including all the cup competitions and league. And we definitely need squad depth. And I agree that we have a winning combination. That doesn't mean that it will be lasting forever. Like we have, what if a suspension or an injury comes? We definitely need squad depth, and I think, yeah, what I would say is, personally, we would badly need a center back and a CDM, defensive midfielder who can be a backup to Matic. uh, you know, that is, those are the two roles I would say. I mean, we need it very badly, and it's a no-brainer that you need squad depth in a team like Man United, and we don't have it. I mean, we have a good squad right now, a first playing 11, and if you see the bench, and we have seen it in a couple of games. We have been leading 3-0, and we changed the whole team. I mean, whole squad, five substitutions coming in, and you know how the game went. Like the pace, be it the quality, be it the finishing, everything, just dropped down. So in order to maintain the same quality, yeah, you do need squad depth, but who all, we cannot bring in a whole squad, right? Priority, I would say the top priority would be a center back and a center, I mean, a defensive midfielder.
Ankit, Chief, Southampton are sitting very comfortable at the table. They're at number 12. They don't really have much to play for because they're not going to get relegated. They're not going to make it to the Europa League qualification spots. But even still, they've been very good since the restart. Ings has had a terrific season himself. He's just been phenomenal this season. How much of a threat do you see Danny Ings against us? Someone like Stuart Armstrong. Southampton are not the worst team in the league right now.
Yes, absolutely correct. Danny Ings has had a very good season this year. He has scored about 19 goals, and Southampton has been one team apart from the top four teams who has scored the most away goals. So that's one more thing to look at. So yes, definitely we should consider Danny Ings. In fact, Ward-Prowse and Redmond, these three would be like the biggest threat I would consider. And considering our defense has been a little shaky up and down, they can cause some trouble. But because we have such a good firepower in front, the top five, top six, I don't think it should be a trouble. We are playing home. I know there's no crowd, there's no fans watching the game, but since it's still home, and we would overcome this as well. I mean, it should not be a problem. It should not be a threat to us, considering the run of forms we have had. But of course, we always know that the bottom half of the teams can seriously damage someone's ambition. They have always done this in the past as well, and this can happen. So yeah, we need to be careful. But I have full confidence and hope that we will overcome this and we would come out in flying colors.
Musa, Ankit again said an interesting point. There won't be any fans because of the current situation that we are living in. But it has not made much of a difference. We are playing fantastically well right now. How much do you think, United as a team, if we go a goal behind, or let's say a couple of goals behind, would miss the 12th man at Old Trafford, which is the fantastic fans Old Trafford has always housed?
I mean, difficult question. I mean, it obviously, crowd is the 12th man, but one thing to add, if we play the same way we did the first 15 minutes against Villa, uh, I am sure that we'll be conceding a goal. Because if you have noticed in that game, the first 15 minutes we were not up to that level. So again, if they score again, coming back, I think with the attack it is possible. The form they are in, it is very much possible to come from behind and win the game. And I don't think crowd makes much of a difference to us this at this particular level where all of our attacking players are in this form. Maybe some other day where it's a normal day for Man United attackers, I think I would say, yeah, the crowd support is needed. But right now, I think they are in really good shape and form, so it doesn't really matter right now.
Well, gentlemen, thank you as always for your fantastic analysis. Ankit, your predictions and who would you like to score in the next match?
Um, I would go with a 3-1,
Okay.
and the three goals probably. I'm just going with just observations from what it was in the past. It would be Martial, Brace, and it would be Greenwood again would score a goal.
So you have both Martial and Greenwood on your fantasy, I guess.
No, I'm actually out of fantasy for quite some time now. Since the halt of Premier League, I've not even looked at fantasy. I do have Rashford though, but I've said that he's not going to play. He's not going to start. so didn't take his name.
Musa, your prediction for the game?
I would go for a 2-0 to us, and probably Rashford and Greenwood. I don't see him missing anything. If whatever he shoots is on target.
Once again, thank you guys. That's it from us for this episode of the United Theory. If you like our content, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back soon. Thank you. We are the United Theory.